Hypothesis. World Conference. Hello, my name is Amira, and my friends and I are getting ready for the Hypothesis World Conference. In order for my team to get ready, we need to practice making observations, scientific questions, inferences, and hypotheses. And we need your help. Grab a worksheet from your table and follow along. Let's go! Problem number 1. Observation. I see that the water is blue. What would happen if we poured some red food dye into the water? I infer that the water would turn purple. What would the hypothesis be here? So I'm going to take the if portion from the scientific question and drag it down. Then I need a then, so I'm going to add a then. Then I'm going to take the inference and drag it down after the then. Now we have a complete hypothesis. If we poured some red food dye into the water, then the water will turn purple. Pause this video and write this hypothesis down on your worksheet. We're looking good. Thanks, Amira. I can take the next one. Go for it, Alex. We've got some good help on our side. Problem number 2. Observation. I observe that the chocolate smells sweet. What would happen if we add spices to the chocolate? I infer that the chocolate will be sweet and spicy. What would the hypothesis be? So I'm going to drag the scientific question if portion down into the hypothesis, if we add spices to the chocolate. Then I need a then. Then I'm going to add the inference part and drag that down after the then. So we have if we add the spices to the chocolate, then the chocolate will be sweet and spicy. Pause and write. Problem number 3. I observe that the soccer cleats feel smooth. What would happen if we wore them every day for 1 month? I infer that the soccer cleats will be less smooth. What would the hypothesis be here? So I'm going to drag the if portion from the scientific question down. Then I'm going to add a then. Then I'm going to drag the inference part down after the then. Pause and write that hypothesis down on your worksheet. You can always rewind. Thanks, Alex. We can take the next few challenges. Thanks. We're doing really well. I think we're almost ready. We're Andy and Simone, and we'll guide you to the end. Let's try some by yourself. Problem number 4. Observation. I observe that the coffee feels hot. What would happen if we let the coffee sit on the counter for a few hours? I infer that the coffee would feel cool. Pause the video and answer by yourself on your worksheet. You can always rewind. Problem number 5. I see that the polar bear's fur is white. What would happen if the polar bear's fur was black? I infer that the polar bear would not be able to blend in with its environment. Pause the video and answer by yourself on your worksheet. Problem number 6. I hear that the train is loud. What would happen if we cleaned the train tracks? I infer that the train would be quieter. Pause the video and answer by yourself. Let's check to see if your answers are correct. Are we ready for the Hypothesis World Conference? Check your answers and correct them. Problem number 4. The hypothesis should have been, if we let the coffee sit for a few hours, then the coffee would feel cool. Problem number 5. If the polar bear's fur was black, then the polar bear would not be able to blend in with its environment. Problem number 6. If we cleaned the train tracks, then the train would be quieter. Well, I think we're ready for the World Conference. We could not have done it without your help. Goodbye. The end.